let's do this. I double clicked the record button and didn't realize that I was not recording until I noticed that the screen went black. So sorry we missed a few minutes of me jammering about things. Tonight, I said yesterday was a surprise, but you probably know by now I was at Bayonetta. I got it done. I'm very happy. I am working on the next one. Crazy. I am definitely trying out new things. So it's not the same stance. Adding in arms, arm movement, moving the legs a bit for the PNG. I am eventually, the eventual goal is to animate so that I have eye blinking and other subtle things that will enhance the experience a bit. I'm thinking about having mouth movement. So we'll see how that's gonna go. We are definitely in the middle of a whole heap load of stuff. I gotta get my butt moving for these. At least I gotta get way ahead, if not done, so that I can just show them off. So that I can I have other things that I need to be doing. Setting up my studio is definitely priority numero uno. But I have other things that I want to be doing as well that aren't art projects or even streaming. I want to be streaming more, and hopefully doing these things will get me closer. Doing these things will get me closer to those goals. Very dear friend, streamed 3 times last year. I was getting to that point. And I don't want to be just a 1 day a week streamer. I want to stream every day. Kind of like a catch up or a palate cleanser from work or whatever, but I want it to be regular. I want it to be the same time every day without fail. And we are getting to that point. And I gotta get the studio set up. I know it's kind of really bizarre that I still haven't gotten that ready, but I didn't start working on it until I was working a full-time job, and now I'm putting myself to these projects, and I'm procrastinating, and I have to admit, I was procrastinating. The Dockies was definitely, I didn't have to do the Dockies after the slams were done. I could have just, buckled down and gotten the studio done, and probably would have been done by now. sore thing because I did that. But I was very happy to do them, and I was very happy to bring life into the dockies that I've already drawn and turn them into blankets. So we have docky blankets, docky makara blankets, and I'm really happy with that, the way that turned out. But yeah, but I gotta get some priorities. I gotta get some things done. This challenge is challenging. I'm not going to, mince words or anything like that. It is, I tried to get ahead, and Ghost brought me down, and then freaking Mr. Potato Head, which I thought was going to be my clincher, was very time consuming. It took a lot of effort. I had to actually find a mouthpiece, the back side of a mouthpiece, so I could see how that looked, and I couldn't find one that was going to fit what I wanted to do. So I had to pretty much kind of make it up and use another piece as reference of what the back is going to look like. Also fortunate that they had a stripped down Mr. Potato Head without any pieces on it, so I can see where everything actually connects to. There's a few things that I kind of gooped up on, and it's like the eyebrows are too small. Everything should be able to fit in every other hole. So all the holes on this potato head I believe are the same size. So the eyebrows are a little too thin. For if you see the hole that I have, it would have to. The eyebrow piece would be actually almost as big or bigger. The plug, I guess, that goes in. Let's see what else is happening. It's supposed to be looking like fall, but it really still looks like summer. It is 80 degrees out. And so some of the leaves are turning and other leaves are staying the same, and it is kind of like a wacky ass. This is gonna be kind of crazy. I guess you can tell where the cold spots are. I can't believe it's 80 degrees. We went from 50 degrees down and back to 80 degrees. throat. Trying to think of what else is happening. It is the end of the year, and this has been every year. The end of the year, even though I didn't get affiliate until June because I was quitting at the beginning of the year, and I didn't start streaming. I didn't even set up the account for like almost a month before I got affiliate. So like May is probably when I was basically convinced that I belong and that I should continue. And I wanted to see how far the journey would go. And I'm very happy for the people who supported me. I'm very happy for everything that's gone on. It means the world to me. That I was able to stay around. But now we're getting into December again. And one of my longest friends basically just came back. Yeah, I'll go and park in the shade over here. To get you 17 minutes. I can't believe it only took me 12 minutes to drive here. After that, but it was a little while before I realized we weren't recording, so I don't even think I have. I might see what I have, like, that got recorded before this, but I think I double clicked it, so I think I started it, stopped it, so it's probably only like 1 second. Don't want to waste gas. Let's see what else is happening. So yeah, it's the end. Every time we reach the end of the year, it was around October that I actually it was right around now that somebody was talking about having foie gras done as their character, and I said I could do that. And so I brought up a picture of foie gras, I brought up a picture of their character. I don't know what name they're going by now, but it was Minxie at the time. She was a snow leopard VTuber. And so I turned foie gras into a snow leopard. And it was really, really cool. To do. As soon as I did that, and that was hand drawn. That wasn't digital. That's not like I had no intention of doing digital work. I hand drew the whole thing. Hand drew it, colored it, all that stuff. I was like, looking for markers. But I didn't have any markers to I didn't have any markers to color it in. So I think I bought like a Crayola marker set, or some cheapo marker set like Crayola that had a bunch of colors in it, and I used that, and it was awful. Well, it wasn't awful. It came out cool, actually. I'm actually very proud of it. And that was it. I was supposed to do a one and done. Um, and I did that right at the beginning of October. So, like, right around now. 2 weeks after that, um, somebody else commissioned from Fiverr a trick or treat um, scene and with their friends, and still to this day, I don't know why they didn't include me. And I think I've always been sore about that, but they um yeah the yeah I was a bit sore about that. So they did the trick or treat thing. I did the exact same thing I did for the Frog Raw Minxie picture, and I basically did it, but whatever character they wanted, I just kind of mixed it up and drew. I mean, talking doodles, these were tiny, tiny doodles that I drew with basically a dull pencil. I didn't even sharpen my pencil. And only Lavelle's Afro Samurai came out good, in my opinion. Everybody else came out kind of blah. But that was the first time I used Adobe to color. Um, and I redid the lines, and I was struggling like crazy mad because it's right-handed, and this is I think it's the main reason why I never got into digital art. Because everything has to be done with your right hand, and I'm left-handed. It wasn't until somebody got me, they told me to put it on Throne, the drawing tablet, and I actually put a bunch of them on Throne. And I was happy they got me the cheapest one because I didn't want them to spend too much money. I didn't know where this was going to go, but I was really, it made my heart sore that somebody cared about my art enough that they got me the drawing tablet. Um, but back to the Halloween. This was before anybody even knew I could draw. So I kind of like surprised them. I did these really, really quickly. I had only 2 weeks left till Halloween, and I doodled sketches. I actually, when I was training somebody at work, and while they were driving the mail truck and delivering the mail, I was sitting in the back drawing. And like I said, only one picture came out. I'm only one that I was extremely happy with, and that was Afro Samurai. Um, I actually thought, and this is kind of crazy, that I would get a portion or somewhat of the money that they got back from the Fiverr gig. I don't even know if they said that they were going to get their money back. I don't know how much it was going to cost, but I thought they were going to give me that because I was able to produce and create in the 2 week time. And nothing. Um, I had a lot of people people asking me to do things for them from there on in, and I really had no idea how to digitally draw. Getting the drawing tablet um, really helped out. Being able to use my left hand opened up a whole bunch of things. Opened up like a whole world to me digitally. What a difference that made. Um, and in the middle of all this, yeah, I of course, doodled Q, and I was starting another project. I went right from the Halloween project to the Christmas Everybody in a Onesie project, and as soon as I got that done, and I got that done before December, so it was October was Halloween, then we had Christmas in December, and somebody showed off a Potaroo, and I was like going, oh, I should make Q a Potaroo. But I didn't want to reveal that I had a duckbill, and I didn't want to reveal that I was a platypus. So I used the gremlin Q that was really supposed to be my emotes, because I wasn't going to use my. I wasn't going to. I don't know why I thought this at the time, but I wasn't going to use the platypus for the emotes. The emotes were always going to be this smiley face, that's why it's yellow, with horns or pointy ears, depending on how you want to look at it. And yeah, so this gremlin was supposed to be all of my emotes. And it was really supposed to be kind of like an emote, or it's really supposed to be just the head. I drew the body in just because. I like the idea of having something that I can say what the emote is without directly saying, this is a smile, this is this. But I can use a funny t-shirt, slogan, and stuff like that. And I'm actually going to transfer that idea onto my avatar. So whatever games I was playing, people I wanted to promote, things like that, I would been there, done that, got the t-shirt type of thing. And that was going to be kind of like my whole slogan. Got the platypus almost completely drawn. I was working on what it needed to have for rigging. And I was about to draw. I did the front and the sides and the back, and I was about to draw the quarter turn, so that I would have movement in the head. I had completed the blinking winking blinky winky part of the avatar, and that's as far as I got where rigging was concerned. But then again, I figured I had the entire month of January, and if all I was going to, if I was going to focus in on the mouth movement, and if all it was going to have was just mouth movement and blinking, I was going to be fine with that. I didn't even know how to install VTuber, VStudios, or whatever it is, so that I can actually run the avatar from 2D Live. Or Live 2D Live. I always get that freaking confused. Maybe it is Live 2D. And the reason I was using Live 2D is because I was a freaking platypus. It wasn't like, oh, let's V-roid it, and it was I didn't want to V-roid it. I wanted to learn how to this. Um, because it was supposed to launch. I was supposed to launch myself um, further and further. How are we doing on time? Oh, we got plenty of time. I should do this more often when I get here early. Let's definitely do a half hour. But dude, what is going on with the AC? Yeah. So I that's why I did what I did. But where I am right now, oh my God, it's like light years difference, and still I'm drawing the same. I feel like I'm still drawing the same art. There is definitely a pattern and a look, and I know that there has been 2 or 3 people that have used my stuff in their AI, and it is messing with their AI something fierce. I only laugh at it. Like, don't use my art in your AI, unless you have a lot of my art and you're only using my art, because it really does not seem to fit. That was when I noticed it. I quit. Blah blah blah. Long story short, I never quit here. I never quit YouTube. YouTube has always been solid. I haven't even faltered. In fact, all of my live streaming came back to here. And I did a lot of live streaming. I did a lot of like art pieces, like artistic performance pieces, I should say. And I did a lot of drawing too. Most of my drawing is not on Twitch. Most of my drawing was here on YouTube. I don't do a lot of art streams anymore, and I was doing an art stream almost every day on here on YouTube. So it's kind of I think it's kind of funny, and I was using OBS, not Stream Elements. No, Stream Elements is the Streamlabs. I was using OBS and not Streamlabs, and Streamlabs is easier, but Streamlabs doesn't have a lot of things. OBS has everything that I could possibly want, and I could probably make it work, anything work, which is what I liked OBS about. But I've gotten very, very lazy, and Streamlabs has been kind of my thing. Yeah. Yeah, that's where we're at. We are at the half hour mark, so wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a fantastic time doing it. As always, if you could write cool beans in the comments below, I would adore that. That would make my day, because it really does show me that people watch this stream all the way to the end. I have been getting a lot of hits. Somewhere along the lines, I am showing up in people's feeds, and I am getting a lot of hits. It is astounding to me that how many hits I've been getting. 94 I got on one, and 40 I just got on the previous one, and it seems to skip every one ago. But they are blowing the Twitch half-hour streams that I'm doing from the half-hour streams that I'm doing on Twitch to do the costume reveals. The morning commute is blowing them away, and it is amazing. The sad thing about it is it's 0 subscribers, so the algorithm is finally in my favor, I guess, and it is so lovely to have it. But you know, it would be kind of cool if the subscribers were also watching these. But it's all about the views, and it's only the only reason the views are going to matter is if I reach 500 subscribers, and then it's all about the views. I don't care about the subscribers. I care about you. I care about you, the viewer. Like I said, I only care about the subscribers so that I can reach the minimum that I need to be monetized, and then I only care about the views. And the views is what makes the money. 3,000 watchtowers. Yeah. So 3,000 watch hours, instead of 4,000 watch hours. That's where it's at right now. So, I would love it if I could be monetized here on YouTube. It is my main platform. I've said that a million times. So, it would really. If I was monetized here on YouTube, I would probably do less and less with Twitch. And it would be more and more videos, less live streaming. I don't do a lot of live streaming now, but I would love to revisit a lot of the things I was setting up before. Here I am, jabbering on and on. You guys have a wonderful day. This will hopefully be released before Bayonetta, but if it didn't, I hope you liked Bayonetta. I hope it comes. I worked really, really hard on it, and it's going to be great. All right? So have a great day. Take care.